What's up, guys? It's Chasin. I'm here with your Quarter 2 2025 update. Hard to believe, but we're already about to start April, which is Q2, and quite a bit has been happening. I actually think the pendulum is finally swinging in real estate. And what pendulum is that? That's from a seller's market to a buyer's market. It's been a long time, but I'm going to show you some pretty compelling thoughts or just stats here. Okay, so take a peek. First up is interest rates. So if we look at the last year, the rates were, and this is last April, 7.5. Well, we're at 6.75 right now, so we're down 0.75%. And I think we may end up being at least 1% lower than we were last year. So that's a good thing. So we're moving in the right direction for interest rates for buyers. If you look at it at a 5-year perspective, is we've kind of just been holding up at this 6-7%, and this is the historical norm. This is where the bond market wants us to be. The people that were holding out saying, oh, I'm waiting for rates to come back to 3%, we may never see that again in our lifetime. This was artificial stimulus from COVID. If we assume that this is the new market normal, if you're the one that's still holding out for this, you will never be in the market. You will have already been waiting 2.5 years at this point, which that's a lot of principal pay down. That's a lot of forward progress you could have made towards owning a property free and clear and towards retirement. So the idea of the waiting game is going to work for me is not really going to pencil. This is just not the reality. So that's your mortgage rate update. Now, why am I saying the pendulum has started to swing or has finally swung? So if you look at the market, we know that prices have been inching its way up with inflation. They did not come down. We're actually up 8% in Orange County year over year as of February, which is good. That's a strong, healthy, market for property owners, people that are in the game that weren't fearful of the interest rate increases. So they're winning. Homeowners have been winning. But take a look at what's happening now. So this is really fascinating to me. So this is the active number of listings on the market. So if we go back to last year in February, 3,000, but they averaged around 3 to 4,000 in Orange County, with peaking in 4,800. End of summer, 4,800 a month. Active listings during the month of August, September, and then it falls off very steeply because of the holidays and people delist. But when you look at where we're at, February 2025, 4,106 active listings in February. It was, in 2023, that was 3,400. In 2024, it's 3,100. So we're up 30% in listings. That in February. This is a very early listing season. So, that if you are a seller, you got competition early this year. So if you're a buyer, you have choices. And so the big argument that we were not going to see any price reductions was because there was too little inventory on the market. But that inventory problem is getting solved here, and the transactional volume has picked up this year. It's been a good year for sales because there's enough houses for however many buyers there are. But here's what I'm noticing. If you look at the pending sales every month, it's only 1,500. December was 1,200. That's nothing. 1,500, 1,700, 1,800, but under 2,000 has been the majority for the last year. But if you look at that compared to the listings, we have 4,000 listings and only 1,500 sales. And as that progresses, we're going to end up with plenty of inventory because there's more listings and more new listings, because every month we're listing, 2,000 homes. So there's becoming an accumulation a little bit of the inventory. Now, it's nothing near where it was 2008 or anything like that, but the inventory problem is solved officially. That pendulum has swung. So there's enough houses for however many buyers there are out there. And what that's translating to is, as a buyer, you having choice and negotiating power. And it's been maybe since 2018, almost a decade, 2016, since the last time you had this much choice and this much bargaining power. And I can prove it because I pulled some of my last sales, some of my recent sales. So here's 4 properties I've sold in the last 6, 7 months, where I represented the buyers. Here was a $3.3 million property. We got it for $3,080,000, 93%. So we got 6.5% off and over 200,000 below asking price. So that was a good negotiation. Number two, here's one where the property started at 675, buyer bought at 595. That's 12% off the list price. That's significant. That's not nothing. Here's one. This is one that Corey and I, my wife and I, just bought as an investment property. 900 list price. We bought it for 670. 25% off the list price. That is a huge discount, guys. And these opportunities only exist because the inventory levels are creeping up a little bit, and there are distressed sellers out there. There's people who have to do things, and you know what? For the first time in a long time, it might be time to actually start grabbing your investment properties. This is a property that Corey and I are going to put in probably 300,000 into, but it's going to generate probably around 6,500 a month in rent and more than pay for itself in 12 months time. So the investment market, while the interest rates are higher, it's starting to become a little bit lucrative on the equity side of the equation. So if you can afford some monthly bandwidth or a monthly payment to get into an investment property, it's starting to get a little bit more interesting. Certainly we jumped in the game and we didn't wait for 9 months down the road, because if rates do go down 9 months from now, these deals aren't going to be there. That's my personal opinion. So now here's another one. I just closed this last Friday, 775, got it for 718, 8% off the list price. I mean, that's good amount of discount. Homes were selling for 99 to 100% of list price for the last 5 years, 1% off. And now I'm getting somewhere between 10 and 20% discounts for the right properties for distressed sellers. And if we can identify them, it's working. So that's the update. That's why I'm saying I haven't seen this market in a decade, and I'm excited about it, but the pendulum is swinging. If you're a buyer and you are interested in purchasing not only for yourself or for investment, the math has to pencil from a cash flow perspective, but on the equity side, you can make yourself some money for sure. Now, conversely, as a seller, and I do have clients that are waiting to put their home on the market, this year is going to be an early selling season. So if you think you're going to wait till the second half of this year to sell, that's not looking like that's a good strategy. So if you have questions about your property, what to do, whether it's buy or sell, I'm here. I'm happy to help you guys out. That's this quarter update as the end of March and early April starts turning. So quite a lot's changing in the market. And in my opinion, this is a healthier market. So this is a good thing. All right. Take care. To your success. Bye-bye.